Hello, we're going to explain to you about symbolic interactionism theory. Symbolic interactionism comes from a sociological perspective which developed around the middle of the 20th century and that continues to be influential in some areas of the discipline. It is derived from the American philosophy of pragmatism and particularly from the work of George Herbert Mead as a pragmatic method to interpret social interactions. As we mentioned, George Herbert Mead and Charles Horton Cooley were the founders of this perspective, although symbolic interactionism traced its origin to Max Weber's assertion that individuals act according to their interpretation of the meaning of their world. The theory focuses on the relationships among individuals within a society. This theory explains that humans interact with things based on meanings ascribed to those things. The ascribed meaning of things come from our interactions with others and society. The meanings of these things are interpreted by a person when dealing with things in a specific circumstance. An example that the paper mentioned is that if you look at symbolic interactionism, I propose that you learn that books are good or important in the interactions you have with family, friends, school, or church. Maybe your family had a special reading time each book. Getting your library card was treated as a special event, or bedtime stories were associated with warmth and comfort. So the main idea of this theory is that people behave based on what they believe and not just what is objectively true.
According to Joel M. Caron, there are 5 central ideas to symbolic interactionism. 1. The human being must be understood as a social person. The constant search for social interaction that leads us to do what we do. 2. The human being must be understood as a thinking being. It is not our ideas or attitudes or values that are as important as the constant, active, ongoing process of thinking. 3. Humans do not sense their environment directly. Instead, humans define the situation they are in. An environment may actually exist, but it is our definition of it that is important. 4. The cause of human action is the result of what is occurring in our present situation. 5. Human beings are described as active beings in relation to their environment. Epistemology, ontology, and axiology. Symbolic interactionism may have a subjective epistemology, because as we explained, this theory is based on the interactions they have with objects, so is the interpretation of what they like. It means that is based on the perspective of the people. Regarding to ontology, symbolic interactionism is individual as an agent, because this theory refers to the way of how people decide to act based on the object they like and what they represent to them. For the axiology is to inform, because with this theory we just want to inform how people interact with other people, based on their preference related to object they like, and how they behave with that in an interpersonal and intrapersonal way. Example, let's say you love listening to music every day before you go to work or to the university. So you learn that it is the way you should interact with people, because it really makes a way to interact with the people around you. Maybe it's because in your culture every morning you listen to a song that is important, or it's because your parents sang to you every morning you wake up, so it makes you remember how you feel with them, and based on that feeling you interact with others.